Hello and welcome to another episode on tips on how to skip as a beginner to a pro. Skipping is a fun exercise, but most beginners often feel very frustrated when they start skipping. They feel they are missing something out. But you don't need to feel this way. Sure, you might be missing something out, and in today's video, we'll be handling that. When it comes to skipping, you need to determine your interval. What we mean by interval is actually how many skips you can do either before catching the rope or before taking a break. Now, even if you're doing slow skips or you're doing fast skips, you need to determine what your interval is. This is very important when you start skipping, especially as a workout. So in today's video, we'll be sharing tips on how you can determine your interval. So stay tuned. Now at the beginning, you need to understand how much you can sustain your breath while skipping. It's very important when you start skipping. So you try to do maybe the first 10 skips, see if you can go more, and then see at what number of skips are you unable to sustain your breath. You can use that as your interval. So if it's after the first 20 skips, or 30, or 40, or 50, then use that as your interval. Also, how many skips can you do before catching the rope? That's another way you can use to get your skip interval, and then use that and set your target. So if, for example, you can sustain your breath for 50 skips, or you can go for 50 skips before catching the rope, then you can decide to do 10 sets of 50. That means that you'll be doing 500 skips. If you can only do 20, you can do 20 repetitions, and then you do 10 sets, so that'll be 200 skips, and that will be your starting point. You don't need to start skipping like other people do. Two things to take note of: how long you can sustain your breath while skipping, and how many skips can you do before catching the rope. That should be your starting point. I hope this short technique on how you can start skipping as a beginner, it's helpful. And if you found this helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and please hit on that subscribe word if you haven't subscribed, and the notification bell, so that when we get new videos, you are informed immediately. Until next time, we keep being connected, and get yourself a good skip rope, because that's another secret as a beginner.